Hello everyone, hello. Right, I thought I'd done this live and I have been trying to look on Facebook to see if I can look at this video, and it seems as though it hasn't recorded and I didn't go live. So I apologise, it is now 5 to 4 and I love technology. So hello and welcome. It was meant to be at 3 o'clock. I do apologise for the delay, technical issues. I have now learnt I can only do live streaming from my mobile phone. Don't even try to do it from my laptop anymore. That's fine. My name's Emily Baker. I'm a complementary therapist as well as being a spiritual medium and psychic artist. I specialise in more aromatherapy and reflexology. So what I'm going to be talking today about is relaxation. So welcome. Please let me know if you're here. Hello to all of you who are watching. And if you did see me live, fantastic, let me know. But otherwise, welcome. So I'm just going to cover over again what I was talking about and what is relaxation and what the benefits are of that is. And I have no doubt that you're probably kind of going, oh, but I know all of this already. But that's absolutely fine. That is great. And I hope that you're using all of your techniques there as well. And maybe I'll come up with one or more technique for you to actually help you during the day, especially if you're sitting down all day and you're just wanting to have a bit of relaxation. So can I just start at the beginning and just say what is relaxation? The medical definition of relaxation. I copied this out and I wrote it down and I went, oh, must tell them this. Right, relaxation is about actually reducing the tone in the muscles. Okay, now there is a therapy called relaxation therapy as well. Now, if you have any comments or questions that you want to ask me, please do put them on there and I will have a look for you. Thank you. And I will try to answer your questions. Can't guarantee that I will be able to, but I will try. And if I'm not able to answer them straight away, I'll have a look and I'll post them into the comments for you. There's actually relaxation therapy as well itself, which I didn't know that there was such a thing, which is fantastic. And that is also helping people mostly who have, now what do they call it? For desensitization therapy, really. So they use that technique of relaxing the muscles to help people getting over phobias and fears and things like that. So that's where that one comes in. And again, it's about relaxing muscles, and they're looking at specific muscles in that as well. Fantastic. Right, so where do I fit into all of this? Where does aromatherapy and relaxation fit in? Where does reflexology and relaxation fit in? Where does all of that fit in? And why do we need it? Now, I'm going to use me as an example because I know I've done all of this. And even as a therapist, I'm going to put my hands up and say, yes, I've done all of that. I know that I've done full 4 weeks worth of work in like what feels like 2 days or 3 days. So yes, and I notice that if I sit and there's a draft, my shoulders will go up and I'm not breathing so well because my shoulders are going up. And when I move, I kind of go, oh, that hurts because my shoulders are still up here. So what is the opposite of being relaxed? It's being stressed, isn't it? Really. And being stressed is that fight and flight system. So we're constantly on the go. We're alert to absolutely everything. Great, isn't it? And we're like little meerkats. Look, there's look, there's that going on over there. But that's not necessarily the best thing, is it really? So yes, so it is about that fight and flight, but also being relaxed is able to kind of go, okay, yeah, now I can step down from that, because your heart rate will go up, your blood pressure changes, therefore your alert system is constantly being alert. So there's kind of like adrenaline's being sent to your muscles for you to be able to run. Okay, So it's all of that going on. And after a while, that's really quite tiring for the body. Just think about it. Your body is going at 100 miles an hour. Or let's say 80 miles an hour, okay? It's going at 80 miles an hour, and you do that for a good 8, 9, 10 hours of a day. That's a lot. Just think of your car doing that for 8 to 9. Well, we'll change us to a car, because I can take that analogy. So my car does nice 3-4 hour spates of 70 miles an hour on the motorway. Fine, that's okay, it's all right. When I'm kind of hitting 5 hours, I'm kind of going, the car's not happy, let's pull over, because I need to refuel it. And I just kind of need to have a bit of a break as the driver, the controller of all of this. But it's actually really nice to just pootle along the country roads doing 40, 50 miles an hour. I don't mind at times, depending if I have to get to somewhere, sitting behind a tractor or a slower vehicle who's only doing 40 miles an hour, because it's kind of like, okay, I've got plenty of time to kind of get there. So that fight and flight has gone down a little bit. It ramps up when I look at the time and I'm kind of, I've got half an hour to do a 40-minute journey. Okay, that's when it ramps up, and I kind of go, ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Especially if I'm only doing 20 miles an hour and I could be doing 40 and I'll make it in time. So yes, that fight and flight will still be there. And fight and flight, that stresses that we have during the day, that's not a bad thing either. All right, we do need a certain amount of stress in our lives as well. Not to be completely non-stressed is not a good thing either. So we need kind of a good balance of it. What I'm talking about is when you're constantly being stressed and not necessarily taking those times out to be relaxed. It's not being able to sit down, even if it's like half an hour, and if it's like vegetating in front of a TV and you're not thinking of anything, great, fine. Fine by me, I do that. But it's being able to kind of say, okay, that's good, right? I need to either, now it's time for bed, let's go to bed. And it's being able to take that time out for yourself. All right, so relaxation is important. The downside of not having relaxation, of not being able to stop and being constantly on the go, is that our blood pressure changes, our sleep patterns change. And sleep is important. I've already talked to you about sleep, but I'm going to cover back over again about sleep. Our breathing changes. I've talked about breathing. I'll cover that one again. But you can also notice how some people act as well. Some behavioural changes may occur as well. But with the blood pressure and things like that, you can also see in themselves that they're not quite right. Okay. Also, you can get slight things like migraines, headaches. Okay, that may cause that may be a causation as well. Obviously, I don't need to say that we used to say a lot of stress can lead to a heart attack as well. So none of us want that to happen to anybody at all. So again, they used to say stress was the biggest killer as well. It can lead to depression, anxiety. All right, so it's looking at reducing all of those things, and I know that there's a lot going on in the world at the moment. So it's looking at how can we look after ourselves during this time, and there's so many pressures on us, and there are a lot of pressures on all of us at the moment. So it is really quite important that we do a little bit of self-care, self-maintenance, because our health is our wealth. Your health is your wealth. It really, really is, because if you are unwell, then you are not able to work. And it is where that wealth comes in. And it's not necessarily about wealth in monetary means. It could be wealth in self-esteem. It can be wealth in the format of having that friendship basis, that community basis around you, of not being able to have that contact. We know what it's like not to have that contact with our loved ones, our friends and family, those who are in our communities, perhaps it may be church or social clubs and things like that. We know what that's like. So your health is your wealth. It is really important, your health. all that I'd like to do is just to help you on that way in some form or another, okay, and to be able to be supportive to you. So moving on from that, okay, I just wanted to just say that complementary therapies allow you that space where we don't advocate phones on. If you came to me and you said, I really need my phone on, I'd be saying, you really don't, because you won't be able to read it. You're not going to be able to look at your phone at all. I need you to switch it off or onto silent, not having it on vibrate and things like that. I don't want you to be distracted by that at all. My phone may go off and I can't control that. I apologise, but you know, this is your space. This is your space to fall asleep in. You have a good hour. You can fall asleep in that space if you wish to. You are allowed to make funny noises. You're allowed to snore as well when you're having therapy with me. And I do say that to my clients. You're allowed to fall asleep if you wish. I will wake you up when the time is necessary. So, you know, I do advocate that for my clients, and they look at me like, okay. So my next question really is a kind of an important question. Do you know when you're stressed? And do you know when you're relaxed? Do you know the difference between the two? And can you feel the benefit of being relaxed compared to being constantly stressed as well? I can't answer that one for you. You're going to have to figure those answers out for yourself. And I will also say that where the breathing and the sleeping comes in, both of which I've covered, but I'm going to cover again, they're really, really important, okay? So the breathing, if we're sometimes looking at our immune system and kind of go, oh, okay, yes, okay, I want my immune system to be a lot better, then I'll advocate sleep, because that's the quickest, easiest one that you can do yourself, not me, you can do that one, okay? Breathing will help you to get to sleep, to be able to boost your immune system. Funny that, isn't it? It's great. But breathing will also help you to relax the muscles. Going back to what relaxation is about relaxing the muscle tonnage. And again, that's from a medical dictionary. So it's allowing those muscle tones just to relax a little bit and just to kind of, yes, and then, you know, I can breathe a bit better. So you may be sitting there kind of going, okay, Emily, I'm working at a desk all day long. I can't get up, and I struggle to go and have a 20-minute break away from my screen as it is every two hours. I struggle to get up away from my desk to even go to the toilet at times, you know. So I'm just, you know, I'm at the desk and that's what I'm doing. I do try and just have a bit of a lunch break, and then it's just eat the food, and half an hour later I'm back at my desk. Okay, that's fine, that's all right. But what about doing some little things just while you're at your desk, all right? And maybe just a case of you're going to, instead of perhaps going to the toilet, or even when you're on the toilet if you want to, I'm just going to show you some things that you can do to help your breathing, to relax your muscles while you're sitting down, all right? So wherever that's a safe space. You can also lie down on the ground. I would perhaps not advocate that at workspace. Having worked in offices myself, didn't always work. Right, so one thing I always did do was to actually move my head in a circular motion. I'm going to try to do this because I tried doing this earlier on and I was kind of like doing a figure eight. It's quite bizarre. So literally, just moving it, not my shoulders. Not moving my shoulders, it is moving my head, not my shoulders, not going, oh yeah, no, I can do that. And I have seen people doing that. So it's not about that, it's about keeping the shoulders still and just moving the head. The other one is just to gently have your hands on your back of your head and just curl your head and your neck so that as you can see from my beautiful double chins, that your chin is coming up to your chest area. Okay, so you can do that. You can do it with your elbows on the table and just pull it down slightly, just so that you're stretching out that bit of the back, because most people will feel tension in their neck and their shoulders. All right. Another one which I love is actually just pulling the shoulders back, because when we're sitting at the computer or driving, we're in that position. Our shoulders are forward, and and I know that I tend to do that. So pulling all of my shoulders forward, pulling my chest kind of goes concave inwards, and I'm kind of driving along. I'm nice and relaxed, but actually my shoulders are bent inwards. So when I kind of get out, it's kind of like, oh, let's pull them back as well, and just pulling all of that area back. Now, me doing that sometimes helps, but me just clasping my hands at my back and doing that just pulls it that little bit further as well. So, and also stretches out my arms, because having it in that position of, that relaxed, elbows bent when driving situation, it just relaxes all of that. Another one that I can do is, I could do that. That's actually having your arms up here on your shoulders. Even if you just did that and you just did arm circulations, you are opening up your chest to allow that more air to come in as well. So, and it may be a case of actually pulling everything forward, because you may be sitting there bolt upright. Just need to be in a different position, or pulling the chest out, whichever one. Maybe doing both as well. And if you're really, really, I'm not supple enough to pull your knee up while you're sitting down, pulling your knee up to your chest as well, you can do that one. And that also stretches out the back and the legs and everything. I'm not supple enough to do that. There we go. So yes, I perhaps wouldn't do that. Sometimes I tend to do that, which is just twisting my head slightly as well, especially when I'm driving a lot. I will feel tension back here and in my neck, and then it will go down to my shoulders. So as soon as I feel that, that's what I tend to do. Sometimes I will massage that area very lightly to look after it. And that's, as a facilitator with aromatherapy and reflexology, that's what I'm trying to help you to do, to actually keep that balance in place, helping you to reduce that fight and flight as well, so that you're able to then have that sense of well-being, of having your body having a sense of balance, so you are getting a good night's sleep, that your blood pressure is good, that you're able then to be alert when you need to be alert, and not overwhelmed and things like that, and not get anxious. And I'm not saying it's a cure-all, by the way, just saying that it's here as an aid. It's here to support you. It's here to look after you. I cannot claim to cure anybody whatsoever. We're here to support you in whichever way possible as well. In fact, I've just been looking through as well my Reader's Digest of alternative medicine. Yes, the Family Guide to Alternative Medicine, circa, tell you this, I'm just going to look at the book. This must be about 1980 something. Oh, okay. So this is the first edition, and it's 1991. 91. I just bear that one in mind. They haven't told me to switch off the mobile phone in there, because it really wasn't around. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. So some of these things have changed from what's in here. Some things have not changed, and it's quite interesting to have a look through this as well. So it puts it all into alphabetical order, which is fabulous. Respiratory disorders, relaxation, reflexology before relaxation, fabulous, and breathing, simple ways to calm the mind. Relaxation. So again, just go over for yourself, what are your stresses? And it could be that that it is a case of sitting down and just kind of going, it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. There is always an answer to something or another. It may not be the answer we like. It may not be the answer we want, but it may be the answer we need. Okay, so gosh, I sounded like Nanny McPhee then. But yeah, so it's all of that. And relaxation really, it doesn't need to be scary. And I know some people do find relaxation quite scary and find that actually they're far better off if they're doing a run. Fine, okay, all right. They find it really relaxing having a swim while you're changing your breathing habits. That's why. Fine, fair enough. Absolutely not a problem. I know if I get stressed, I shout, and that my voice kind of goes up to here if I'm really stressed. And I know that it's kind of like, oh, I don't mean to shout, oh, I'm so angry and everything, because I'm running out of time and I should have been there and I could have done this and I could have done that. Whereas if I just kind of go, okay, all right, let's just breathe. That time has passed, okay, I'm going to be late, let's explain it, let's get on with it, let's not panic. So those are the kind of things that I now have taught myself over the years of kind of saying, okay, if I know I've got to get to a place and I've got to get to B and it's going to take an hour to get there, give myself an hour and 15 minutes, just in case for a tractor. And especially now, because it's tractor season. And boy, have I seen a lot of tractors out recently. And I mean a lot of tractors. I think I counted 6 all going in one direction, and then I counted 5 going the opposite direction. So that's in one car journey, going one way, by the way. So that was a lot of tractors. And then that can be quite stressful when you're doing a lot of driving and you're having to get to a certain place. So it is kind of just being aware of yourself, but knowing that there is support there to help you with that and support to help you with the relaxation so that you can have that well-being, because again, your health is your wealth. It really, really is. And however you want to see your wealth, whether it be monetary or socially or with love with your loved ones, however it may be, but your health is your wealth. It really, really is. So let us in the complementary health department help you as well. So have a chat. You can drop me a line, you can ask me questions, and I'm happy to answer them. Absolutely. If I can't answer them, I will let you know, and let me know. So I'm going to end it there. It's a very quick live, I know, but it's been lovely being here, and hopefully that you get to see this live. I know there's been a couple of people on and off joining me. If you would like to see some other lives that I have done, you can either have a look through on my Facebook page, or you can have a look at my website, which is emilyjbaker.co.uk, because I do post them all onto there as well eventually. So yes, my other lives are on there. I am starting to label them a little bit more clearer. Even for myself, I'm labeling them a little bit more clearer. And also then from there, I have also got another live this month, and that's on the 16th of April. Yes, it is. It's the 16th, just checking my diary. 16th of April, and I'm going to be talking about the mediumistic side of things and looking at cards. And I will be looking at my perceptionary cards, just kind of having a look at other types of cards that you can get out there, which are like tarot cards, different types of tarot cards, because I've got a couple of those, different type of angel cards, all sorts of different things. So yes, I have got different types of cards. Maybe you have some experience, maybe you would like to ask me some questions. That'd be fine, that'd be lovely. I'd love to hear from you. And next time, I really do hope, without technical issues, that it will be at 3 o'clock. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I know it's a bit brisk out there today, and it has been for the last few days. But if the sun does come out and it's not pouring down with rain, or maybe you love the rain as well, maybe it is just enjoying the countryside around you, or the park, or a lovely walk that you go on, whatever that may be. But have a lovely weekend, and remember, your health is important, and it has got it is your wealth as well. So I look forward to seeing you next month on the 16th. And for those of you who live in the Shrewsbury area, can I just remind you that I will be giving taster reflexology sessions at Mystique in Shrewsbury. So Mystique, I will put the address in there, and I'll also tag in the event as well. That's also an event on my Facebook page. You can have a look at that. And yes, I'll be there on the 6th of April. And that's Mystique Wellbeing in Shrewsbury. And if you want to have any further information about that, please give them a call or contact them. They'll be happy to answer any questions. Again, do contact me. Okay. So I look forward to seeing you soon. You look after yourselves and let your health be your wealth. Thank you. Goodbye.